5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Good evening, everybody, and welcome to the LCTV production of MIA Division 4 Playoff Soccer. Tonight, your Littleton Tigers at number 3 seed take on the Millbury Woolies at number 6. Mark Corey, quick shout out to him for making this all happen. The last production was great, and this is a new thing for the town, and everybody has really enjoyed these soccer programs. I'm glad we could be here again tonight. I am here with Bill Naylor. I'm Patrick Fredrickson, and Bill, the Littleton Tigers came in off a tough game last time, coming down from a goal twice in one game against Mountaineer. And your thoughts on that game, and then we're in the final 8 here, so this is pretty exciting.
Yeah, we've seen the playoff path really come around, really kind of two different paths for these two teams. First, Littleton was seeded third at 17-1-1. They received a first-round bye. Littleton really controlled number 30 Menominee in the round of 32 for a 2-0 win. In the round of 16, like you said, Pat, Littleton narrowly escaped an upset, down twice, one time down with 11 minutes left on the clock. Littleton actually put in 2 quick goals after that to win in regulation 3-2 to sneak by and avoid the upset. And, you know, Millbury, the number 6 seed, they were 9-6-3 coming into the game. They also got a first round bye. They handled number 27 Bay Path in the first round 4-0, and in the round of 32. After that, they got a tough 1-0 win against number 11 Pope Francis in the round of 16s. Pat, I had a chance to watch that game a couple times on their live stream after we were done with our game, because they were still going on. And can I just tell you, Pope Francis might be the most talented team in Division 4. So for Millbury to beat Pope Francis there, it was a pretty incredible win. And to watch them, get out there and handle, Bella Meadows, I think her name is, the striker from Pope Francis, who's getting a Division 1 scholarship to UConn, was an incredible job by them. They really showed great defense. They have a great goalie. They got a goal early on in that game on a corner kick play that was well designed by their coach. And then they sat back, played a diamond in the back, and really just kind of put the brakes on that offense. And that Pope Francis team, who's super talented, just got choked out of the game by Millbury's stifling defense. As we see coming in, Pat, Littleton's mid-watch C champion at 12-0 in the league, 19-1-1 at this point. They've got 99 goals for this season and only given up 17 goals throughout the time. Millbury comes in second in the South Worcester County League, Division 3. They were 5-4-1 in their league, 11-6-3 overall, 44 goals for, 18 goals against. So you can see defensively, they're on the same page as Littleton.
Right.
17 goals for Littleton, 18 goals for Millbury. This is going to be a defensive game. Littleton brings a lot of offense, but, Millbury should be ready for it.
Yeah, I think you make a good point, Bill. And I was thinking on the way over here about the last game, and if you think about the 2 goals that went against Littleton, they were kind of off of miscues or misplayed balls, right? So, and I think now that we're down to the final 8, you make a good point that you have to be perfect here. And so if you can eliminate, if you think about the last game, those 2 plays, if you eliminated those, that is like a shutout game. And so the way that Millbury has been playing, you have to play, the full game here. And I think it's really going to come down to execution and, just play your game. Don't make that mistake. Don't get lax. Play the full game.
I'm going to say the same thing I said last time, Pat. Whoever controls the ball is going to control the game and win the game.
Yep.
It sounds super simple, and I know it almost sounds ridiculous, but if you have the ball, they can't score. So, this is not like football. You don't get to take turns. You can have the ball the whole game in this game. We actually have Millbury and Littleton have not played this year, but they have some similar opponents, and we have gotten to see some of their scores. Millbury played Tohoto Regional on Friday, September 30th, and actually lost 1-2. Littleton actually beat Tohoto Regional once in the regular season, 1-0, and then again in the Central Mass semifinals in a 1-1 overtime shootout, and they beat them 4-3 in the shootout. Tohonto's ranked number 3 in the Power 5 rankings, and so that really shows that these teams are very similar. Even though Tohoto got a win against Millbury and we got the wins against Tohoto, it really wasn't that much of a difference. The other team that they shared an opponent with was Sutton High. Sutton High is ranked number 2 in Division 5. Sutton High is a Division 5 powerhouse, always in the mix for the state championship. Millbury actually tied them on October 10th, late in the season, 2-2. Sutton came here and played us. We actually lost to Sutton 4-0 in the Central Mass Tournament Championship game. It was an incredible game. Sutton controlled the ball, controlled most of the game. They had us on our back heels the whole game. So by that standard, it was really it's really interesting to see how these teams compare with the similar opponents, because they break down pretty even, Pat, and they've had different paths here, but essentially they're the kind of the same team. They're going to play a lot of defense. They're going to try to let the other team make the first mistake, and then they're going to really capitalize on what the other team's weakness and what their strengths are. For Littleton, it's athleticism, possession, being on the ball. We're a highly skilled, deep team. For Millbury, it looked like they didn't go too deep in that Pope Francis game, but they were tactically perfect. Their defense was great. Their goalie was great. I mean, they kept a Division I striker down to maybe 3 or 4 real chances in that game, and that's a really hard thing to do in Division IV soccer, Pat.
Yeah, well put. And the one thing that I would emphasize in what you said is play your game, make them make the first mistake, and that's really what we're going to see here, right?
Yeah, absolutely, absolutely. Just to wrap up what's going around the playoffs around right now. So, in the rest of the Final Four has already wrapped. The rest of the Elite Eight has already wrapped up, and there are teams waiting in the Final Four. The number 1 seed, Cohasset, they handled Blackstone Valley. They beat them 4-1. Blackstone Valley got a goal in that game, but Cohasset really dominated the game. I talked to somebody who was at the Northbridge game who played Manchester Essex. Northbridge is number 2. They absolutely destroyed Manchester Essex 4-0. At this late in the game in the Elite Eight, winning 4-0 is a pretty dominant showing from a number 2 seed. And then we had the 4-5 seed actually make it to the end of that other side of the bracket, and which was I heard was an incredible game. Hampshire Regional ends up edging out Hamilton Wenham 1-0. So that side of the bracket's all set. It will be Cohasset versus Hampshire Regional, which will be the 1 versus 4. And this side, it will be Northbridge versus the winner of this game, which is 3 versus 6. So as of right now, the other 3 top seeds have advanced, and the pressure is really on Littleton to follow suit and meet them in the Final Fours here.
Yeah, and I think one thing to note here is, and Mark, I know you're listening in here. I want to be sure that I'm correct here, but if Littleton wins, and even if they're the higher seed, we are done, right? So this is the last home game for a lot of the seniors here. So
yeah, neutral site.
Yeah, but I think that's great, right? So a lot of these seniors are probably pumped up, and
yeah, and just to go over that while you're on the topic, Pat. Littleton's running out 8 seniors, 5 juniors, 9 sophomores, and 6 freshmen on this playoff squad. Millbury actually runs out a much wider variety because they add in an 8th grade group that they have added it to their varsity group, which we haven't seen yet. Being a junior senior high school must allow them to do that. So they're running out 8 seniors also, 5 juniors, 2 sophomores, 2 freshmen, and 3 8th graders. We'll see if any of them actually get playing time or if they're just up here for depth, Pat. But overall, both teams having 8 seniors and 5 juniors, this is a very important game, and this is going to be someone's last game. It's going to be a very tough game for somebody for it to be their last night out here. Looks like Littleton won the toss.
Yep.
We're not.
Hey, Bill, just a quick note there. So you're absolutely right that if your high school has 8th graders through, then your 8th graders are eligible, and if it doesn't, then they're not. And yep.
Yeah, it's incredible for those kids to get the opportunity to be out here.
Yeah, it really benefits the smaller schools for sure.
All right, looks like
in a good way.
Looks like we're about to do starting lineups, Pat.
All right.
And right now we got the announcer Zach Hurdle, longtime voice of the Littleton Tigers, about to introduce the starting lineup for the Millbury Woolies girls varsity soccer team. Both teams look like they're cold. It's 46 out there, Pat. Feels like it's 40. Real raw tonight.
Yeah, quick note before we start here. They did move the starting time from this game from 12 to 5, and it was a good move because it was nasty earlier.
First for the Willies, Jackie Gilbert, number 1. Second for the Willies, Lace Hermans, number 2. Number 3, Sarah Belanger. Number 4, Danielle LaPlante.
Number 6, Callie Brouillard.
Number 6,
Number 10,
Callie Bruvard.
Gilbert.
Number 10,
Number 11, Rose Winston.
Danielle Gilbert. Number 11, Rose Winston.
Number 13, Maya Bravo.
Number 13, Maya Bravo.
And number 14, Jaden Welch.
Number 14, Jaden Welch.
Number 16, Jenna Boria.
Number 16, Jenna Boria.
And 00, Ashley Legor.
And 00, Ashley Legor.
Head coach is Scott Sullivan.
Now here for your Littleton Tigers, as the rest of the Millbury varsity joins their team at the half.
Littleton Tigers.
Number one,
Cadence Tracy.
senior Cadence Tracy.
Number two,
Number 2, junior Nora Cabale, can play midfield. Does a great job in midfield for us.
Number 7,
Number 7, outside defense, Emily Mazzoni.
Number 8,
Number 8, a
Giselle Kiernan.
fantastic round of 32 game, Giselle Kiernan, playing outside mid for us.
Number 9,
Number 9, senior captain, Nev Martin, playing center defense.
Number 16,
Number 16,
Regan.
Erin Regan, playing the other outside mid across from Giselle. Also had a great game running that wing last game.
Number 17, Erin Prue.
Number 17, playing striker, Erin Prue, also a senior captain.
Number 18,
Her twin
Amy
sister,
Prue.
number 18, playing center mid, Amy Prue.
Number 19,
Number 19,
Allison Ryan.
starting at outside defense, Allie Ryan.
In goal, number 22.
Next in goal, Ellie
Manser.
Manser, number 22. The Tigers' starting keeper.
And number 24,
And last but
O'Meara.
not least, senior captain Kaylin O'Meara, starting center mid, number 24. Hopefully Kaylin can rally the troops, Pat, and get off to a fast start here, and really kind of pick up where they left off. You know, let's not wait for the Millbury to wake us up. Let's play like we did the last 9 minutes of the last game.
Yeah, you know what? I agree with you. That last 9 minutes was just tremendous, and if they can play like that, they'll be fine. You know, when we get to the final 8, there are no upsets, right? So,
Yeah, absolutely.
you know,
All right, here we go for our national anthem. We'll have a break. All right, here we go, Pat, and we're about to get our starting lineups back out on the field and see what formations we're going to play today. Like we were just saying, hopefully the Tigers can start off strong. It is a very cold night. It says it's 46 degrees out right there. Everyone out here is in winter coats and hats, and the rain made it raw today, Pat. It's going to be a very challenging game for both teams.
yeah, you could see the body language of the players even if they were lining up for the national anthem. If you look down at the flag, I don't know if we can get a picture of that or not, or maybe not now, but when they were out there, the flag was just, totally horizontal to the ground, and it was cold out there. The wind was blowing. You can see the players were just ready to get going. So I think, a key here is people are going to get tired, and you've got to stay ready on the sideline.
Yeah, it's definitely going to be a challenge for both teams. Millbury's been in a lot of tough games this year. Their AD and their coaches really scheduled outside the box. They really played some really tough teams. And, we'll see if that obviously came huge for them when they played Pope Francis last round. I can't tell you after watching that live stream, Millbury was not the better team, even though they were higher ranked. Pope Francis had a lot of talent. Millbury scored on an excellent play that they executed. Millbury's coach has plays from free kicks, from corner kicks. They were running those plays with efficiency. Their defense was so tactical. Millbury got a goal off a play early and then just choked that life out of that game and, really just dominated Pope Francis, who was extremely talented, led by a Division I player who, is really an incredible player. Millbury is up for the task today of taking on number 3 Littleton. And Littleton's got all the talent in the world. We talked about it last time. When Littleton's playing right, 99 goals this season, only against 17. There's a high-powered offense with a ton of athletes, with a ton of kids who can play. When Littleton is playing right and controlling the ball, they're as good as any team in Division 4. So it's just going to be really who executes better. We really come in here against, 2 different play styles, really, that are trying to do the same thing. Both teams are great defensively. Littleton wants to control the ball, wants to run. Millbury, from what I saw in the game, they were content sitting back. They were perfect in their execution. They weren't afraid one bit of these girls from Pope Francis who were ultra skilled. They kept their shape, and they just stepped up to every challenge the other night, Pat. All right, here we go. Millbury kicks the ball in. Quick play up the sideline here, Pat. Allie Ryan steps up, takes the ball, plays it up to Cadence Tracy. Kaylin O'Mara in the middle. Looking to find feet here. Plays it up to Erin. As we can see, Millbury's going to play this 3-1 in the back. It's a diamond with a sweeper here. Cadence Tracy on the sweeper. With a quick shot. Good rebound opportunity here. Littleton, cleared by Millbury. Millbury on point there. That's a great first opportunity from Cadence Tracy, who gets back on the sweeper. Ideally when you're playing those defenses with that sweeper back there, Pat, you want to leave your sweeper free to clean up the mess,
right.
not be the first defender in on the mess. So that was a breakdown, actually, of Millbury's defense right there early on. All right, here we go with a good corner kick here. We got some good positioning by Littleton right on the goalie here. This could be a tough one for the goalie to deal with. We can get a foot on.
Oh,
that's a nice ball. She
absolutely.
just misaligned, got the really kind of has to get her hips around there and try to either bend that back across to the rest of the group or fire that backside. But
yeah, good corner kick though, right? Put it right on her foot.
Yeah, put it right on her. All right, Littleton's back in the 3-5-2 here, Pat. We got Nora in the middle here, touches the ball first too. It's okay. It's a crazy stat here in soccer. Not a lot of people understand. Oh, that's a real throw. She's got to play that. Oh, I don't think either player kind of knew what to do there. They weren't really expecting that because she's kind of slipped out of her hands. As you can see, it's wet. It is wet out there still, even though it's not raining. That's a great through ball from Nora. A little deep, though. Little deep. It's going to run on the turf, Pat, with the turf being wet tonight. That ball's really going to bounce.
Yeah, that first skip is going to be, every time it's just going to take off.
But what I was going to say before, Pat, is that interesting stat in soccer is that throw-ins, statistically, through all high-level college and professional soccer where they really track it, are 50-50. So when you kick the ball out, everybody's always so worried about kicking the ball out or keeping it in. But really, if you're ever in doubt and you're nervous, we teach kids to just kick it out because there's a 50% chances of the time we're getting it back right away. So, instead of being in a bad situation, kick the ball out, get your team ready. Like I said, Pat, you're probably getting it back 50% of the time. It's really not a bad play just playing it right out of bounds there and being safe. It's kind of the only sport where that's kind of the case.
Right, and it gives your team a chance to resettle, get back on defense, do what you want to do, right? It's hard to run what you practice if you're running around and everybody's scattered.
Yeah, absolutely. The more organized you can be, the better spaced you can be. You really is great for a soccer team. That's a great through ball from Erin to Cadence. Oh, Erin runs onto it. Cadence holds back. Oh, it's going to be a Littleton throw-in. Erin Regan throwing the ball in here. See who she's looking for. She's looking for Erin Prue. First two, gets a foot on it. That's a tough one there. She probably should have tried to slide that through to her sister or the outside mid there, Giselle. That's a really tough angle. She's going to have to bend that into that back corner. We kind of talked about that last game, Pat, where when you're outside of that 45 degrees of the post, you're really asking a lot to try to score on those. You really got to kind of try to put that to a teammate.
Yeah, I think people got a little bit with that corner kick that we saw last game, that corner kick, it went directly in.
Yeah, Nora's trying to be first too here. Girl loses the ball, passes the ball right to Kaylin. Kaylin sees an idea for Erin, threads it a little too wide, little too straight there. It needs to be a little bit wider. The Millbury goalie has no problem, eating that ball up. The Millbury team giving up 18 goals, playing such a difficult schedule, that really says a lot about their defense and their goalie. It's going to take some good passing from Littleton or a good playoff or corner kick probably to score on this team. Emily Mazzoni runs it down, uses her athleticism. Emily Mazzoni's an incredibly fast player. She's not going to get beat with speed down the sideline. As she gets turned on by Millbury and goes down. It's a great challenge from Nora to win the ball back. Nev Martin plays it up the field. Erin lets the ball go through. She's going to try to chase this down. But as you can see, when you're playing this sweeper back there, Pat, and you're playing this diamond in the back, whether they're playing a 3-1 or they're playing a 1-2-1 in the back, here's a bad touch. Cadence Tracy out in the middle. She needs to shoot that ball early. Oh!
Good look.
Good look. A little too high. It'd be nice to see her put that ball on frame. Sometimes you just got to give it a chance, Pat. We saw this last game. You start off hot, you start off fast, and then you start shooting them over, and all of a sudden that momentum can change fast on you.
Yeah, I think the big thing that I see from last game to this game is we're getting really good chances here.
Yeah, we are.
Yep.
We are.
So,
and Millbury's as good as Mountain was on defense from what I saw in those videos. So this is a really promising sign for Littleton. Nora, first to the ball, wins the ball. Great back pass here. Oh, Nev looking for feet up the middle. A little bit. That's not going to hold, I don't think. The turf's wet today. It's going to be a tough play, though. Even if she gets on that, there's no one in the box there for her. Would have been nice to see Cadence shoot that in the backside of the net early instead of taking that extra touch to kind of shore up her shot. Sometimes a bad shot, low, and in the corner is going to be better than a good shot, because the goalie is going to have a better beat on it the more touches you take across that front of the net there, Pat.
Yeah, I think I could feel her adrenaline up here, though. I think it was like, I'm going to take another step and really hammer this thing home.
Yeah, and she's a fantastic player. So, Erin here with the missed touch here. Erin in the corner.
Archie!
It's a great job. Archie, the therapy dog's on the field. Great pass from Erin.
Oh, good luck.
Oh, that's a great shot from Nora. That's a great shot from. That's right. That's the same spot, except the opposite side of the field where Erin scored the tying goal last game. So, going in right there is a great shot. You try to get it up over the goalie into the back corner there.
Don't worry about the ball. Just kind of eyeball where it comes down.
All right, here we go. Nev Martin on the run, going to beat all Millbury players to the ball. Kind of just fires the ball up the field there.
Because you get the lights when you take.
Here we go. Allie steps to the ball. All right, this could be trouble. Littleton's back in here. All right, Millbury's to the ball. It's all right, just harmlessly out of bounds. All right, Erin Regan here. Oh, no. Who's this with the throw? Cadence throws the ball. Cadence is off the high line as a striker. Here we go. Nora with a great ball to Giselle. Giselle's on the wide run again. This is the same thing we saw against Mountain. This run was very efficient against Mountain. Here we go. Giselle takes it to the corner. She beats the defender. That's a great job from Giselle. That's a perfect ball. There needs to be a player from Littleton at the penalty spot there to finish that ball. That's the best ball we've seen Giselle Kiernan play in the last 2 games that we've been doing this. Oh, this is another tough ball from Littleton. Gets countered on. Emily Mazzoni. Ellie Manser, Johnny on the spot, plays the ball out of bounds. Here we go. Nice job. Defense kind of got caught off there. That's what we see. Sometimes the transition is the hardest play to defend, right, Pat? Giselle makes a beautiful cross. Nobody's home, and then all of a sudden they're on us.
Right.
We talked about if you start dominating possession and start getting all these through balls and you start creeping, and then they counterattack you, that's when you're most vulnerable.
Yeah, you start pushing a little too much on offense and get caught off.
See what happens when you go down there, Judy.
Yeah, so the Millbury team here is well spaced. They're clearly well coached. They're playing looks like they're going to play, to me, looks like they're playing a 1-3-3-3, which is a crazy formation. But, they're going to play the sweeper, and they're playing 3 high strikers. See how the 2 outside strikers are holding super wide against our 3 defenders. They're basically going to leave an open striker here, Littleton is, just by design the way we're playing defense. So hopefully we can dominate them with the extra minutes.
Through.
Step through, finish. Caitlin O'Mara finishes with a great goal, with a great step through finish.
Nicely done. Great through ball.
Yes. Right through traffic, steps through the Millbury defense and slots it right under the goalie. She doesn't even shoot the ball there. She just throttles down, passes the ball under the goalie. What a fantastic finish from a fantastic player.
I agree. I saw the same thing, right? I'm going to just wait to see where it's open. I'm going to tap this thing through.
It's one of those players that, having coached her a bunch, when she gets those balls in those positions, you're just happy it's her because you know she's going to finish that almost all the time.
Yeah.
So she's such a fantastic finisher. She got the go-ahead goal, the goal to put the game away in the first round or the round of 32. She played fantastic last game. It's great to see her get on the board early here today.
And who sent that ball through? Did you catch?
I did not catch who sent the ball through.
Yeah.
We were too busy talking about some other stuff. All right, good throw in here for Millbury. Headed on to the goalie. The goalie should handle this no problem. All right. And so now we get to see what Millbury's going to do. They were up 1-0 on Pope Francis at this point in the game, their last playoff game, and just played defense basically the rest of the game.
Right.
It will be interesting to see what the Millbury coach does at this point, if he changes his tactics or if he, sits back and tries to let the game take care. But right now, playing 5 midfielders against their 3 midfielders is really letting us dominate the midfield. And that's not going to be good for Millbury if they keep letting us do this, Pat. Here we go. It's outside. Aaron plays the ball into Cadence. Cadence turns, plays the ball into the middle to Nora. Nora with another free run through the middle. Tries to feed it outside to Aaron. Aaron's cut off by a Millbury defender who shields the ball incredibly well. That ball gets played off Aaron out of bounds. That's an incredible job by the Millbury defense. No, not to panic. Clears the ball right into the parking lot. And, that's what we teach all our defenders. If you're going to clear the ball, clear it into the stands, clear it into the parking lot. Make them go get it. Don't get a quick throw in on you. Here we go, Pat. We got Millbury in the turn. They're running 2-on-2 with an outside runner here. Uh-oh. That's a bad touch here. See if Nev can take a good angle here. Nev gets in great position. That's a great hustle back from Allie Ryan in the corner there. It's a great job to double team that ball, Pat, and really thwart the danger. Giselle Kiernan on the backside with an incredible run back. We had mentioned last broadcast that she's a phenomenal track athlete also. That is well within her skill set there, and she just really ran that girl down once she realized that Emily wasn't there to track her.
I think that's what was missing last time, right? It's like if you get beat, somebody's behind you, and that's where we lost those 2 goals last week.
Yep, mistouch by Millbury here. Aaron should be pressing that ball. Get another bad touch. Ellie Manson should handle this no problem. Ellie picks up the ball. Let's see if Ellie can find feet and we can really get something going. Millbury's going to play 3 high and 4 back, Pat. That's going to leave not 3 midfielders playing against our 5 midfielders. And, right now at this point, Pat, it looks like it's going to be a big problem for Millbury. As we're controlling the ball and we're getting all these easy passes through the midfield.
Right. Yep.
Oh, that is a turnover. We are 1-on-1 on the backside defense here, but, just bad touch outside here. It's going to be Littleton ball going forward. Allie Ryan comes up with a throw here. As we stated before, whoever wins this game will meet number 2 Northbridge at a neutral site. It should be a fantastic game for either team. Northbridge is a fantastic team, has really had a great season.
We're neutral here, right? We could play here.
Yeah, actually, Pat, this is considered, I'm pretty sure, a neutral site because it's not located at our high school. So I don't know if they'd agree to it, but I think technically this is a neutral site. All right, through here we got a nice pass to Kaylin O'Mara, who's uncovered, who has space to move. She takes a drive dribble towards the goal. She should hit this ball. Oh, she outside chops it, takes on the player 1-on-1. There's really nowhere to go. It's all right. Amy gets a foot on it. We just control the ball. See, Nora's wide open. They just don't have enough midfielders right here to cover what we have in the midfield. So they're really at a bad position if we're going to just keep the ball in the middle. Littleton should keep just pressing it down the middle. If they fold in, we're just going to have these outside runners run down these lanes again, Pat. And then with the stopper sweeper defense, it's really going to be tough for them to handle the outside midfielders and the 2 strikers. So. All right, looks like we got a timeout here. Millbury's coach wants to have a talk. He might be changing some tactics, Pat. If you were the Millbury coach, Pat, what do you think you'd be telling your team here?
Well, I think, the problem they're going to have is if they keep playing, right, it doesn't look like it's going to go well for them. So I would think right now he's probably switching it up, like you said, right? We need to be a little more aggressive. We can't give them the middle of the field. We can't let them do whatever they want. One of the things I noticed, and again, not being a soccer expert, but last game, the first half, we seem to be sending the ball, long passes, out of bounds, come back, long passes. And right now, we're controlling everything from the 50-yard line in. We're controlling everything. Yeah,
I mean, everything between the 30 to 30 in the center of the field has been all Littleton. You saw we've actually had a few opportunities on goal. We've actually had a few times we played the through ball and had some great runs. Kaylin slotted right through 2 defenders and finished on the goalie 1-on-1. These are things that should not be happening for what Millbury's doing on the defensive side.
Right.
I just think they're getting overwhelmed in the midfield, and the defense is trying to compensate for that. And at this time, I don't think, Millbury didn't have an answer in that formation. So unless they're going to change a play style or move some players around, they're really going to have to switch up what they're trying to do here, Pat. And, I'm going to tell you right now from watching that Pope Francis game, this Millbury coach is got to be a good coach. There's not many high school coaches that have a pure system, that run plays on set pieces all the time, that run corner kick plays.
Yep.
I watched that game twice. There were multiple times when they were so well coached up and they were doing the right thing that I would be shocked if Millbury doesn't come out here with a great plan right now.
Right, and it's nothing that they haven't practiced, right? They went into it saying, hey, we're gonna start with this with Littleton. If this doesn't work, we're gonna roll over to this. So he's probably rolling over that to right now. I can tell you right now, it's been way too easy for Littleton. So he's, if he's as good as you say he is, he'll definitely switch this up right here.
I mean, at 11-6-3, Millbury's been behind before and probably won games from behind. This isn't the first time they've been down. Millbury's going to, like we said before, there's 8 seniors out here on Millbury. They're not going to lay down. This is going to be a game. This is going to be physical. Millbury's going to try to be first to every ball here, and we're going to really try to change the pace of this game. See, it looks like they've taken a striker down here, and they're going to go to 2 strikers and put another player in the midfield, which, is the right answer here, Pat. You can't just give the ball away on the midfield all the time. Erin Prue here with a good win. Yeah, kind of trips over her own foot here. Or slipped on the ball. I couldn't really see it.
I think she tripped on that yellow line.
Jumped up and grabbed her. All right, no, that's a good play. Oh, no, ref ruled it out of bounds. I thought the ball was in. Here we go. Millbury throw it to half. So not a problem, though. It's a pretty good play by Emily Mazzoni. Here, touch it out again. That's fine. We're okay with that, too. That's a great play. Just keep playing the ball out of bounds. They keep moving it up. Just stay. Littleton should just be staying marked up here. Millbury showed no threat on offense so far. Just stay marked up and keep trying to play your game until Millbury shows you they're going to do something different.
Yeah, that was a good turn right there.
Yeah, Millbury's in. But she's in, but they're playing 3-on-5 there, 3-on-4. This is the same thing we talked about. This is the same thing we talked about last time, Pat. If you're not getting up there with numbers, you're not going to have a chance to score on a lot of these. But this is where you're dangerous,
Well, I think this is where Littleton, as we talked about pregame, they need to buckle down. So when that happens, make sure that you don't make a mistake, right?
Yeah.
3-on-5, make sure that nobody whiffs. We have somebody backing up.
Oh, and see, that was an excellent play. That was a play designed for the girl to run onto the ball and purposely let it go through her legs. And she got unlucky that it clicked her heel, or else that might have been sitting on the center player. That's the same exact play they scored on Pope Francis with. And that play goes through that first girl's legs, and the second girl at the penalty spot shoots it right in the corner.
Right.
And that Pope Francis made it through that first girl's legs and was right in the net. I mean, that's a heady corner kick play right there. They set up wide. They really set the defense up to fail there. And it looks like it's going to one player, and that player intentionally does not play the ball. It's a really good tactic. All right, here we go. Back to the sweeper here. We should be pressing that sweeper. Amy's up real high off her midfield spot here. Going to have to get back in. It's a long ball. It's too long. The ball's going to skip and run today, as we said. It's cold, wet. We're lucky that we have fantastic turf here, Pat. It's one of the best additions we've had to our sports programs in this town. Kaylin O'Mara here plays the ball a little wide outside. It's going to run too fast for Giselle. Looks like Littleton's getting a little tired here, Pat. A little less running. That timeout kind of looked like it stiffened us up a little bit. It's really cold. We really got to kind of get back to what we were doing.
Yes.
Don't play this kick and run game. Possess the ball. Find feet. When we find feet, we can win the game. And I was wrong before. They still have 3 high strikers. That girl was just in the midfield for that one play. They're still playing their 4-3-3. So with the diamond in the back. So Millbury did not change formations. They might have changed tactics, but they did not change formations. Nor with a great tackle takes the player and the ball. Erin just kind of gets unlucky with a good touch from the defender there to poke it away from her, Pat. Cadence Tracy gives chase here. We should be pressuring all these balls. We have overloaded numbers in the middle. Pressure the balls to make bad passes. That's what Littleton should be doing here. Great back pass to Nev Martin. Nev Martin hopefully can find feet here. That's a good idea to play it up the line to. Still, we got Erin Regan on the outside there. All right, Allie Ryan comes in.
Another car ball.
That's right. Hey, like I said, we coach these girls. If you're gonna play it out, play it out. Play it out. Don't just tap it over the line so they can pick it up and throw it over your head. Play it out. And we also try to teach these home ball girls that, or ball boys, don't give them the ball too fast if it's the other team. Cadence is in on the run here.
Oh, she's going to slide through.
It's a great jump win. She's going to play this ball quickly to feet here. Great ball. Cross to Giselle. to Aaron, actually. Oh, does get to Giselle. Oh,
Good punch.
just trying to get a foot on the ball. It's a little bit heavy there. She's going to try to take a touch right by the defender and then score left-footed there, Pat. It was a great idea. Kind of just heavy on that first touch. Thought that ball was going to be swung across to Giselle. It kind of laid up short, and Aaron made a great play on it. Here we go. Allie Ryan first to the ball, misses the ball. Millbury pressures. Millbury wins the ball. There's the girl running down the middle. They have numbers here. Oh, Kaylin O'Mara with a fantastic back tackle from the midfield. Really bailing out the defense there, who's out of shape with numbers on the backside running also. Here we go. Millbury with the throw in. Millbury throws the ball in. Here we go. First touch by Aaron is good. Takes the ball to the middle. Nora closes her down. Nora should have kept some space there. Giselle pressuring here. Giselle going to pressure the outside again. Millbury plays a great ball outside. Millbury moves the ball back in. Plays a great ball to the center. Oh, it's an unlucky touch from Millbury, or else they would have been on there on the outside. Cadence Tracy comes back, plays the ball back. Amy takes a missed touch on a tough pass from Cadence. Aaron tackles the ball. Amy punches the ball to Cadence, who then misses Amy on the 1-2. We're getting kind of sloppy here, Pat. We're not finding feet. We're playing with good intentions. We're playing the right places. The ball needs to get down on the turf.
Yeah, we're 17 minutes in. I think that we're going to see some subs here soon.
Yeah, I mean, this is about when we usually see the first sub.
Yep.
Both teams. Millbury's already got someone up on the line. It's going to be tough coming off the bench, though. You know, it's going to be a very tough game to be a bench player here. You really have to go after Giselle down the line. Giselle's wide open behind his back again. See if she can get in behind her again. Swings it in early. Great cross. Cadence Tracy just misses the ball.
Good effort.
Oh, Cadence Tracy would love to have that one back, Pat. You know, Cadence Tracy with 18 goals and 5 assists on the year would love to have that run back. All right, looks like we got a sub coming in for Aaron Regan. It looks like it's Alex Corey on the outside. Alex Corey is a freshman who recently started playing some varsity soccer towards the end of the year and has really come up and done a great job contributing at the end of the season. She played for us at the middle school last year. She was our MVP and was a fantastic midfielder for us. Not only a great player, but also a great person. So it's great to see her getting some minutes out here. All right, Cadence Tracy takes the ball down, mistouches it. Millbury steps in, steals the ball. Here we go. Oh, Nora steps in. The girl ends up on the ground somehow. The girl always ends up on the ground when Nora's around. Whether she follows her or not, it just seems to happen. I don't know why. Nora's going through the middle like a wrecking ball. She is a fantastic player. And like we had said before, probably a Division I javelin thrower. She's a fantastic athlete. We're just lucky that she's out here playing soccer for us, too. Here we go. Millbury has the ball on a goal kick. The defense is pressing high, trying to keep Littleton off. Let's go. Littleton's first two. Kaylin O'Mara steps in front. Can't control the ball. Ball's played in the middle. Nora chases her down. Nev Martin retreats in the center. Great tackle by Amy, getting in there, just chopping up the play. Nev Martin on the ball. Nev Martin finds Kaylin's feet. Kaylin to Nora. Great middle-to-middle pass. Right to Amy. That middle triangle is just so much. It's too much for them to deal with those two girls in the middle. You know, their three is just not going to be able to, because they're playing three middles, Pat, and they're playing three straight across here, and they're having a hard time because our 3-5-2 puts three middles in the middle against their only really one or two if they're having someone come help. So formationally, we're really have them in checkmate in the middle of the field here. Their best bets would probably be to attack us either through counterattacking or down the sidelines at this point. They're not having much success playing the ball. Millbury comes with 2 more subs, so that's 3 subs for Millbury, 1 for Littleton at this point. We're about 20 minutes in. It's about normal probably for both teams, I would assume. Pretty much staying on schedule. Millbury's in here. Oh, that's a great ball. Oh, wow. Great defense from that Amy Prue, who gets back from her center mid spot to clear that ball. That was a fantastic ball from that Millbury player. Amy, senior captain, on point there, back from her midfield spot to tackle that ball. Kaylin down the middle again here. Kaylin has a couple options here. Great ball to Aaron, who's offsides. Who's offsides. For all of us that don't know offsides in soccer, you only can be as far as the ball or the last defender. The goalie does not count. So if you have the ball, you can go as far as you want. But if you don't have the ball, you can only be as far as the last defender until the ball is kicked to you. Once it's kicked to you, you can run wherever you want. But until the ball is kicked or played to you, it's either the ball or the last defender. So Aaron gets a little high up there, one step behind the defender, and the referee's, right on the spot to make the good call. So
yeah, remarkably, I think that's the first offside call we've seen in this game and the last one that we did.
Yeah, which is crazy because, really push teams. Oh, here we go. Giselle down the sideline, just kind of take an unlucky touch. Really, I try to push my teams to get calls offsides a couple times a game. We really want them pushing the boundaries, really, not putting pressure on the refs, Pat, but
right.
putting pressure on the refs.
Yeah, make them make the call. Right?
Just make them aware that and make the defense aware that we're going to stretch the field.
Yep.
Because even though that shot on goal doesn't count there, Pat, that goalie felt that. That defender felt like she was beat at one point.
Yep.
And this is an emotional game played with 14, 15, 16, 17, 18-year-old kids. Even a play like that, even though it doesn't count, could change the game. Caden Stracey's in on a great through ball from Kaylin here. Caden's got to cross this ball. Kaylin, with a great cross, and Amy kind of laid up her run there. Needs to stay on the run and stay in front of that defender. Kaylin gets the ball again. Kaylin right by the defender. Kaylin is dominating this game. Great left foot. Tries to snipe the corner. Goalie watches it out on the top side. Goalie was right there for the save no matter what, Pat. But Kaylin O'Mara is really putting her stamp on this game. She does not want this to be the last game of her career. She really, really is going after this win.
That was a bomb, left-footed from the 25-yard line, right? So that's a 30-yard.
Yeah, and the
corner.
And the difference between that going in and that missing is probably, half an inch of where she hit it on the ball.
Yeah.
If she hits it, it bends in over the goalie, and if she misses it, it's right there over the corner, and it is what it is. It's a great play, though. Really test the goalie, keep the goalie. Nora plays the ball up in the air, 30 yards, takes it down, misplays it, wins the tackle anyway. It's okay. All right, Millbury with the ball here. Millbury's on their heels all game so far. Emily Mazzoni first to the ball. Caden sleeping on the play, should have been on that ball before it got to that center defender. Here she goes working through. Caden makes up for it, gets the steal here. Oh, find feet here. We're going to try to find feet. This ball's in here, Pat. This ball's in 2-on-1. Nev Martin should just play this ball out of bounds. That's a great job from Nev Martin. Plays it out of bounds off the Millbury player to retain possession of the ball too. Not only wins the race, but also wins the ball. That's an incredible play by a senior captain. She's a phenomenal person, great player. Really, really an incredible display there. Nora steps up, challenges the ball, forces a quick pass. Kaylin steps around, takes the ball from the player. Oh, great pass to Cadence, who just doesn't trap the ball well. Amy with a tough ball there, breaks it up. Great tackle from Giselle. Giselle, sees Erin on the break and just misses it by a half a foot. Here we go down the sideline for Millbury. This is where they should attack us.
Right.
And it looks like Millbury's starting to get the hint. Everything's going down this right sideline now. Looks like they want to attack us here, right at Emily Mazzoni, and Giselle. And they're going to attack two kids that can run, so they're going to have to do something besides just kick it long and run out there, because that's probably not going to work against those two kids. Erin turns, fires. That's off the defender. It's a great job by the defender. Be in the way there, just kind of chop up the play. Littleton makes another sub. Who we got coming in here? We have Alex Corey moving over here for outside mid. Who just came in on the other outside? Oh, Erin Regan came back in. Okay. So we had Erin Regan come back on the field for Giselle, and Erin went back to her original starting spot on the other side of the field, and Alex Corey switched sides of the field. Very common when you have starters come in and out in soccer that when they do come in, Pat, that they just go back to their original spots, and they send the sub across. All right, corner's in. Littleton wants to be first to the ball.
Got a head on it.
Hits it. Kaylin hits it again. Oh, man. Kaylin O'Mara thinks it should be another corner kick. Doesn't understand why it went off the other player. She said, I shot it 8 feet from the net. It should be in, sir. Yeah, exactly. And the referee sees it the same way.
Yeah, Bill, honestly, take your time, but just get it right? As a coach, all you want to do is get it right. So good for them. Good for these refs.
Reevaluate it. And out here, having the three officials, being able to, look at each other and confer as a 10-year official myself, it's just, having the guys assist you, and sometimes you do miss things. So it's good to see them get it right. Here, the ball's back in, played. Littleton's first two. The ball's juggling around. Cadence touches it. Oh, and Millbury gets it out. Now that's an arm ball from Emily Mazzoni. Fights through it. Great toughness there. Keep the ball on. Ball's played out fast, and then Martin plays it right back in. That's going to be a free ball from Millbury, though. And there wasn't much she could have done there. There wasn't many options to feet. There was 2 Millbury girls running to her. It's not a terrible play. All right, Cadence Tracy with the ball back to Erin. All right, we got the good numbers here. Alex should join the play. Right to Amy. Amy touches the ball to Cadence. Oh, to Erin Regan. Erin Regan shoots. Great save from the Millbury goalie. Wow. And this is what we saw when I watched the Pope Francis game, Pat, is that this Millbury goalie is very, very skilled. Very skilled. Their defense has given up probably more opportunities in this game than they gave up to Pope Francis. But, you know, she's up to the task. She's a very skilled goalie, always in the right spot. Great through ball to Cadence. That ball's going to stay in. Cadence going to win that ball. Cadence wins the ball. Got to find feet here. Take this player on one-on-one or find feet. Finds feet. Erin up top with a tough second touch. You know, she really wanted to take it on that first touch inside there, and she kind of just trapped it on the first one. With a wild kind of kick there from Erin Regan. That ball just kind of gets played out. You know, that was the right idea. Erin Regan's trying to play that volley on a half volley back into the numbers, into the box there, and just kind of mishits the ball, gets under it, and that ball ends up underneath. All right, we got 2 more subs coming in here. Looks like we got Emma Dressel and Bailey Kerrigan coming in for Cadence and Erin Prue. These are 2 fantastic strikers of the future. Let's see if they can give us a spark here. Both fantastic athletes, fantastic finishers with the ball. This should give us some renewed speed up top and hopefully just keep the pressure going on here.
Well, I think the other thing, too, is 13 minutes on that switch, right? So you're probably going to see the 2 that just went out. They'll be coming back in for that last 4 or 5 minutes and try to kind of put that dagger in and get that goal right before halftime, which is always painful.
Yeah, this is one of those weird games, Pat, where usually I try to get when I'm coaching, I try to get my best players off with a couple minutes before the half because you get them those minutes plus halftime. But this is a weird game where you might not do that. You might actually get them off here and then get them back on before the half to kind of get them warm again so they're not sitting for 30 minutes in the freezing cold, getting really stiff. This might be an alternate strategy kind of, you know, when you're going to rest these players, you kind of go outside of your norm just because it's going to be hard to get going and stop and get going again in this weather.
Yeah, if you think about it, offensively, we haven't had a lot of downtime, right? We have been in that side, on the offensive side of the field for a good part of that game. So, they've been running a little bit more than they ran last time.
Something happened here with the goalie, Pat. Looks like we got a goalie. Something's going on. The goalie's going to the half line. Did the goalie get a yellow card there and we just missed it? Or is the goalie seeing the trainer at the half line? No, I think the goalie, we might have just missed that, Pat. The goalie might have got a yellow card. The goalie's at the half line waiting to sub in again. And she either had a piece of jewelry on, which was an illegal equipment, which they make you sub out for to get changed, or she got a yellow card and we just missed it up here talking about other stuff. But, the goalie just went out and she's standing at the half, so she's coming right back in. She's not hurt. This would be an excellent chance for Littleton to get she should hit this on goal without a goalie in the net. This would be an incredible opportunity to take a 2-goal lead with the goalie on the bench here for some kind of reason I did not see.
Can you imagine being the backup goalie?
Oh, I don't even know if it's a backup goalie. It's a girl with a penny on. Usually teams
she has gloves on, though. I got to believe that she was ready to go.
I hope so. I mean, it's unfortunate, but here we go. That's a corner kick. That's not going to get the sub for the goalie, though. In high school soccer... In high school soccer, it has to be your throw-in or a dead ball or a timeout to get a sub for you. So until they have a goal kick or a throw-in, that goalie's going to sit on the line here, Pat. Here, the ball's in. The ball's in here with a non-goalie in the net. If Littleton can get this on frame, this could be trouble. Oh, Emily wins the ball. Oh, no. Here we go. Now, Littleton should be looking to keep the ball in no matter what here. Keep that goalie at the half line. Oh, Millbury's on a weird break here. Nev Martin steps in, takes the ball. They should counterattack here with no goalie. Nev Martin carries the ball over the half line. Amy Prue makes a fantastic run. Great ball to Nora. She's got side help here. They should look to switch the field. There's no outside runner here. Open. Oh, that's a tough pass to Nora. Nora kind of gets involved. It's a lot of physical play there. Great job by Millbury to step in and win that ball.
Uh-oh.
Yep. Uh-oh. That's a bad touch. Yeah. Oh, we are lucky Millbury didn't touch that. Nev Martin still high. Center defender. Somebody's got to stay back for her. Kaylin now is staying back for her. All right, great ball to Alex Corey up the sideline, who just missed times the run. Ball's a little bit long for her.
And there we go. Subs back in.
All right, and the goalie's back. No idea what happened. Maybe we can find out at the half, Pat, but that kind of caught me off guard. You never really catch that. Unless, like I said, unless she was talking to the ref and got a yellow card and we missed it, it had to have been an equipment thing. Here we go with the steal in the box. Oh, great job by the Millbury sweeper to come clear that ball out. Amy Prue with an excellent run out of the midfield to steal the ball on the double team on the outside. We need more of that, Pat. We need to use our athleticism, and we need more of that. Are we not going to get a corner kick here? Oh, maybe that ball was played off Amy. I thought that ball got cleared right by the sweeper. The sweeper did an excellent job with that ball went off Amy also. That was a really dangerous play. Goalie plays the ball up the field. Let's see if Littleton can be first, too. Kaylin O'Mara is on the spot. Nora plays the ball through. Bailey Kerrigan on the run. It's all right. It's all right. Kind of keep pushing them back here. Littleton really needs to look to kind of build through the middle again. Kind of get back to what was working, Pat. Looks like Millbury's kind of off.
Yeah, you know, in other sports we kind of talk about time of possession, but I'd be curious to see how much of this first half was played to the left of the 50-yard line as we look out.
I mean, it's a lot.
Yeah.
At this point, it's a lot. Littleton's had the ball a lot right now. They're doing what they have to do. They're really getting chances. Millbury's reacting. They're not putting any stamp on this game. That's a great run down that sideline. Oh, she just can't get there. She just can't get there. Bailey Kerrigan's a fantastic runner, too. You know, that's another thing we see with the field, Pat. If the field's wet and running, you know, these strikers got to go early. They can't wait till the ball to be kicked. You know, one of the biggest things we try to teach strikers is that as a striker, you don't let the midfielders tell you where to go by kicking the ball. You run somewhere and make them kick it to you.
Right.
You're the striker. You dictate where that run's going. Don't just let them pass you the ball and you run onto it, because then you're slow.
Right.
If you just start running and they don't kick you the ball, I get to yell at them, you know, and that's what we need to do a little bit more of. All right, looks like we got a sub here. Who do we get here? We got Giselle back in. Alex moves in the middle for Amy. Giselle's back in for Amy. Alex moves in the middle to replace Amy in the middle. So Alex in the middle. Here we go. Giselle's on the ball here. Millbury steps to the ball. It's a great win from Millbury. Shields her off. Ball goes to the corner.
Wow.
That's going to be a goal kick. That's nothing. That's a great play from Millbury and a good play from Littleton. That's a tough ball. She's allowed to shield it. I mean, the way that goes, Pat, is Millbury's trying to shield the ball. Littleton's trying to get by. They're both racing to a 50-50 ball. Unless one of them gets physical with the hands there, you're going to let that go.
Yeah, good for the refs. I love the way they're ref in this game.
Yeah, both teams are going to be unhappy there, and sometimes as a referee, that's a good thing. You know, it's fine.
Yeah.
You know, both teams wanted the call there, and there was no call to be made. That was a perfectly good non-call. Here, Nev Martin first on the ball. Ooh, takes a tough touch across her body. That's a great job to get that over there. That's a dangerous play, though. And then really needs to connect the feet there.
That's not going out.
I know what she's thinking there, trying to play Bailey up there behind that girl, but that sweeper was just waiting for that ball. We're going to get a throw in here for Littleton. No subs on the line here. Erin Regan moves up to throw the ball. Let's go. Erin Regan throws the ball into, I couldn't tell. It looks like Alex Corey. Alex Corey, you know, just doesn't receive the ball in time there. Nora wins the ball, plays it back to Allie Ryan. Allie Ryan plays the ball forward to the other team. So we really need to do a better job of finding feet. That's a push in the back there. We're going to get called for that. It's unlucky. It's unlucky. You know, sometimes soccer's a physical game. As much as people don't think it is, it really is, Pat. It's very physical. So you get the casual fan that comes on and says, oh, soccer's not physical, and then they see it get physical, and they're like, hey, that's a call. It's like, no, you should probably watch a couple of these games and watch how physical some of these players get. You know, especially this girls' game. You know, they are really physical players out here. Ellie Manser with an easy gobble up with that long-distance shot.
Yeah, I think if, you know, anybody watching this game, if you really focus, next time there's a challenge for a ball, just watch the upper body and what people are doing at the upper, you know, what the players are doing at the upper body and the amount of banging that's going on.
Millbury gets a shot there. Tries to play it through. Nev Martin and Emily Mazzoni both there on the spot, Pat. They really there's really no seam to play through the back there. Millbury doesn't have the speed. Great ball through to Bailey. Bailey takes a very tough touch. Needed to touch that ball right to Emma one touch. Bailey tries to take a controlling touch and then play Emma Dressel there on the run, and really just should have played her on the first touch. All right, Nora steps in, steals the ball, plays the ball up. Bailey backtracks to the ball, plays it back to Nora. Nora rolls the ball over. Here we go. Giselle Kiernan kind of gets a bad look there with the ball. Kind of gets put in a spot with nowhere to go. No one was open, no one was moving. Emily Mazzoni plays it through the middle. Great job coming back. Bailey looks for a great run. Alex was making a great run through the middle. Bailey thought she was going to check back and be support there. Alex gets back and wins the ball. The girl steals the ball from behind. Here we go. We're going to get some subs for Littleton here. Let's see. We got Cadence and Aaron coming back like we had talked about. You know,
Right.
They got out. Now we're going to get them warm again. And then we got Amy coming in for Nora. We're going to get Nora a couple minutes in the middle, get her off her legs. This is a great sub in the middle here. It's good to get your starting strikers back out there, get them warmed up again. And then getting Nora out of the middle for a couple minutes just to save some of her legs. That's a great to get Amy back out there also.
Yeah, I'd love to have this group back in for the last 4 minutes and see if you can score one before halftime. That'll be a game changer right there.
Yeah, I mean, Pat, Millbury hasn't subbed a single defender. So the defense has been on here for 36 minutes. Both of those strikers just got 10 minutes off. So we're hoping here that a little fresh legs can give them something to deal with here. Oh, Giselle down the sideline plays it in. Oh, that's a great ball by Millbury. Plays it right out past Giselle. Does what she has to do. It's a throw-in. Like we talked about, Pat, throw-ins are 50-50. That's a great play by Millbury. Really just takes care of the danger. Kaylin with an advanced run here. Oh, they look for Kaylin, just throws a little short. Here we go. Amy first to the ball. Great win. Oh, Millbury back to touch it. Great play by Millbury to really win that ball and throw it to the pressure. Great touch. Controls the ball. Plays through Allie Ryan. Off a player here. That could have been tough if that had just been played forward. That girl tried to get too cute with the ball and tried to possess it. If she just played it to her runner there, that ball's out. That's the one we get the perfect view on, Pat, 'cause it's right out the window.
Yeah.
Everything else is kind of far, but right there it's pretty easy. Oh, good throw into Cadence Tracy. First to the ball. Cadence can find Kaylin's feet here. Kaylin's got a ton of room. There is no one marking her in the middle. And that is not a great play. Kaylin is the best player on the field, probably. She's not somebody to leave open. Nev Martin steps through.
Uh-oh.
Oh, can't clean up the ball. Allie Ryan. Millbury's around Allie Ryan here with 2-on-2. Oh, it's just too slow. They can't get any build-up. Oh, takes a bad deflection off Littleton. Oh, Emily Mazzoni uses the athleticism to get back in front of the ball, steps in and thwarts the pressure. All right, Erin here, the little push in the back there from Millbury. You know, that's pretty fair play there. Nev Martin, again, high up, gets the ball here. Let's see if she can find Giselle's feet outside, wide open here. Great ball to Cadence. Oh, Cadence with a tough touch there, just kind of loses possession. This Millbury defender wins the ball. Cadence going to pressure this ball. Great job to win the ball, get in front of her. Cadence going to try to attack this player. Great job. Here we go for a throw-in here. For a corner kick, right? We're going to play a corner kick for Littleton here.
Yeah, corner.
All right, here we go. We got a Millbury sub, and we're going to get Kaylin off the field. Nora got a minute and a half break there. Now Kaylin's going to get a minute and a half into halftime. And Kaylin O'Mara's played a fantastic half patch. She's been the best player on the field. Both teams dominated the field.
Good look there.
Great job. Great pass. Oh! Nora Cabale wants that one back. What a fantastic back pass from Erin Prue to Nora. And she hit that ball perfectly, a foot over the crossbar. But she would love that. All right. And as we're, we don't do a lot of soccer broadcasts here, but as we'd like to educate the fans again, we like to see there's 2 minutes on the clock. The 2 minutes is not live. Remember, in a soccer game, the only official clock is on the wrist on the center referee. So we put the clock up just as a courtesy so you have an idea, but as we learned last game when we put the timer on just to show people, you don't know how much time's left on the clock when it gets to 2 minutes. There is stoppages for injuries and referees talking to players. So when it gets down to 2, they stop the clock, and then we kind of just wait for the referee to blow the whistle. So if you're yelling at your TV that your clock's frozen, don't worry, it's not. The YouTube feed's still going on. We're still here live. If you're listening on mute, then, I don't blame you. But looks like we're going to have a great second half, though. The first half, Millbury's going to go in and make some adjustments, and it looks like we're going to probably have a fantastic second half. If you have any friends or family that are Millbury or Littleton fans, shoot them the link, get them on here watching live. Let's get all these people out here watching this fantastic game. It's not often we get a Sunday afternoon, fantastic state playoff game.
Absolutely right. What a great game. Last half's going to be just something to watch.
Yeah, both teams look, like they don't really want to give in here. Millbury has every reason to have quit so far, and they're still up tackling. They're still playing physical. That's a little bit too much. She leans back in her. Cadence Tracy goes down pretty easy there, but the ref's going to give her that one. Now this is a tough position for Millbury to be in here because
Timeout on the field.
Yep, Littleton's going to get a timeout here because I don't know if we're going to Kaylin O'Mara is our best free kick shooter here, and she has been subbed out on the bench. So I don't know if we use this timeout to get her back in the game to shoot this ball, or if we're going to let Nora Cabale or one of these other, or Cadence Tracy or Aaron Prue shoot this ball.
So, Bill, are timeouts per game or are they per half?
Per half.
Oh, yeah, so you might as well take it, right?
So at high school, each team gets a timeout per half.
Yep.
So that's very uncommon in the game of soccer, Pat. This is the only place where that's even allowed. Every other league, every other avenue where you see your kids or your family members play, there is no timeouts allowed.
Great.
High school soccer has a few weird rules. That is one of them. We're out here, in a strange world of high school sports where they just do whatever they want. And as you can see, as we're zoomed in on the Littleton bench, the Littleton players are in winter parkas, covered in blankets, and really, the bench is freezing. It is cold out there. It's gusts of winds at times. It's a cold, raw night. This is a very tough night to perform as an athlete. Referees, players, everybody deserves, a lot of credit for being out here. Not to mention, Pat, it's tough to play on Sundays. You don't play a lot of Sunday games. For them to have playoff games last Sunday and this Sunday is really tough to ask these kids to play on a non-normal game day, on a day they don't even go to school, in my opinion. But my opinion doesn't mean anything. State tournament's got to stay on schedule, and, it is what it is. All right, here, Aaron Prue's going to line up here. Aaron Prue is another fantastic free kick taker. She'll hit this ball left-footed, tries to curl it into no runner. I don't know if there was a miscommunication or if she was shooting that ball, but the runners didn't get off on time for that to be a cross. So either they were supposed to run earlier, she was supposed to wait, or she just mishit it. One of the three things happened. Either way, it was not what we were looking for there, Pat, at the end, because if we could have snuck a goal in there, would have been a tough halftime for Millbury.
Yeah, you know how that goes as a coach too, Bill. So you call a timeout, you run a play, and it just all falls apart, right? I'm not sure what was going on there, but it's like, really?
Yeah, you start thinking as a coach, maybe I shouldn't have called the timeout. Yeah. Maybe I should have just let him shoot it from the first time, All right, here we go. The play outside to Giselle, takes a great touch, plays to Nora. Nora lets the ball go through. It's a fantastic decision. Oh, she takes a bad touch there. Should have played the touch before to Amy. Aaron's in the middle here, dropped out of the center. Dropped out of the center striker role. Not center striker, but right striker role. Here we go. It's a good halftime. All right, it's a good half. I think, Millbury got dominated in the middle of the field. And that's just the bottom line. Littleton had the ball the whole half. Millbury got no good scoring chances. They only got one corner kick that I can remember. Overall, I would say, Pat, Littleton dominated the first half. Kaylin O'Mara dominated the first half.
Yeah, and we should talk about Kaylin O'Mara. I know you brought her up a couple of times. One of the more impressive players for me that first half was Emily Mazzoni.
Yeah.
So she's pushing up, and then I noticed a few times that Millbury broke this way, that she was so good about not chasing the ball down, but actually breaking back to the hole, getting in position.
Yeah.
So you had that second layer, and so Littleton hasn't given up any of those broken plays or anything like that.
All right, we're gonna take a break for halftime here. Let everybody catch their breath, get a drink, and we'll see you in a couple minutes for the second half. All right, here we go, Pat. We're back for a second half here. We should be a thrilling half. We should see, like I said before, it looked like Millbury had a great coach in that Pope Francis game I watched. There was a lot of adjustments, a lot of plays run. We should see some adjustments with the second half here. They can't keep doing the same thing they're doing, Pat. They gotta come out here. This is for their chance to go to the Final Four. They can't come out and let Littleton just be comfortable and control the whole middle of the field. They need to get some opportunities to score. What are you thinking here, Pat?
Yeah, so I'm thinking if I'm Littleton, my message is keep doing what we're doing, right? If Millbury does something that we need to adjust to, we will do it. But do not let up for 1 minute. Don't get lackadaisical for 1 minute. Keep doing what you're doing. I would think defensively we are so solid. Offensively, we are getting a lot of opportunities, and we're probably going to get a lot more if we keep doing what we're doing. Now, if I'm the Millbury coach, to your point, I'm trying to figure out what are we going to do to get some offense going so we can get back in this game. Because, once it gets down to 20 minutes, I think if it's still 1-0 at 20 minutes, then if I'm Millbury, then you start to press a little bit, you start to throw those long balls, and we've already seen that Littleton has handled those really, really well. So yeah. I would expect Littleton to come out doing what they're doing, and I would expect Millbury to be ready to change it up a little bit if they need to, if they're still down by a goal or two.
Yeah, I completely agree. I think Millbury needs to come out, and they need to come out with some fire. These 8 seniors and 5 juniors, they might not ever have, seniors will never have another chance. But even the 5 juniors, there's nothing. When you graduate 8 seniors, there's no guarantee that you're going to be in the Elite 8 with a chance to go to the Final Four again. And I think that as a coach, you kind of just, there is no special formula, Pat. You just kind of go in there and you tell them, we train hard, we practice hard, let's go out and do what we do, and and let's do it with some urgency, and let's go out there and play hard and really, really push Littleton and see if we can make them make some mistakes. And so here we go. Millbury comes in, Kaylin steps in, steals the ball, plays to Nora. Nora plays a great through ball to Erin, who's a little bit outside there. Millbury with the ball in the middle, Pat, plays it outside. Here we go. Giselle wins the ball outside. Kaylin in the middle. Kaylin shoots the ball low and hard. The ball might be in. Oh, wow. Goalie does a great job to stay in front of that ball. When she loses that ball, you think that can get behind her, but her body position was great, Pat. She was right in front of that ball. Was never going to get away from her. All right. Oh, we're not first two here. Ball bounces. Ball's played in the air. Nev Martin takes it out of the air after a Millbury touch. Millbury touches it through. Emily Mazzoni's really there. Kind of your highlight from the first half. Emily Mazzoni comes through and steps in again, Pat. Here we go. The ball's played long, a little bit too long. That's going to be no danger for anybody. Millbury's going to have to do a better job of finding feet. Really, as the wind kicks up here, you can kind of see it is, when the wind does blow, Pat, it is very cold. You can see even the kids on the field are a little chilly out there. It's hard to get going in the second half. Oh, it's a bad touch from Littleton. Millbury gets a chance at a turnover, regains the ball. Giselle carries the ball up the sideline. I think that was actually Amy who carried the ball up the sideline. Millbury wins the ball on the sideline. Millbury, ball was out of bounds. It was no ball one on the sideline here. All right, here we go with the throw in the middle. Ball's to Nora. Nora touches the ball up the sideline. Here we go. We're going to play the ball here in the middle of the feet. Oh, good. Ball gets by Kaylin. I think Kaylin thought there was someone behind her. Millbury with a quick transition here, Pat. Great touch out here. This girl's got to take this touch past Allie Ryan. Oh, she takes it inside and shoots it one touch. I think, Pat, what you're seeing there is a little bit of desperation from Millbury. That girl, striker, feeling like she hadn't got a shot all game yet, and that was her opportunity. So she kind of took a quick in-touch and then tried to curl that ball in, and that ball just, she was just a little too far out, and that's really a tough shot there.
Yeah,
Pat.
She's 25-yard line, but she was at this corner, right? So that's a long way in from there.
Yeah, with Ellie Manter, who was well on her line, and, it's going to be a tough goal to score from there. Oh, bad touch from Millbury here. Ball gets outside. Erin Regan gives chase, wins the ball, plays the ball down the line to Erin Prue. Erin Prue is not going to beat the sweeper to the ball. Millbury is playing this, stopper-sweeper situation, and there's just not, those breakaways are going to be hard to come by. The ball's turned over again in the middle. Amy takes the ball, plays the ball to Kaylin. Kaylin with the drive dribble, plays the ball through to Cadence. She's onside. The flag is not up. All right, Cadence wins the ball. Oh, the ball is out for a goal kick. Cadence did not keep the ball in on the end line. It was another fantastic pass from Kaylin O'Mara. Cadence thought was going to get on the end of that ball and be able to play a fantastic ball across, but just kind of got away from her, got out of bounds there, Pat.
Billy, we were talking about the weather too, so just been peeking at the American flag, and it hasn't, stopped going yet. So it is, in addition to being cold, it is really windy out there. And it looks like, Littleton's going to be hitting into the wind. You can kind of see it on that ball there. Millbury's got the advantage of having the wind behind them. So some of those longer shots will get a little bit of a boost, and we just have to be careful and make sure that they're, not quality shots.
Absolutely. The goalie's got to stay on her line, be in good position, and just realize everything's going to carry a little bit further. That's probably the conversation the coaches had with her at halftime. If not, it should have been. Emily Mazzoni here tracking back. She's going to win that foot race 9 out of 10 times. Doesn't play the ball out, though. Tries to play the ball back in the middle, which works out. Kaylin's on the ball here. Erin Prue making a great run in the middle. Kaylin just taking her space through the middle. Sees Amy making a run. Oh, a little bit behind her to Erin. Wide open, takes the outside touch left, outside finish.
Oh! Did it go in?
Amy to Erin. Prue slots it in the corner right by the goalie. Another fantastic play started by Kaylin O'Mara with the hockey assist to Amy, who plays a great touch to Erin, who takes the outside touch around the defender and finishes in the corner, Pat. And now that's a tough start for Millbury because there is no way you can sit back now. There is just no way. You cannot sit back and keep playing the same formation you're playing. You need to step forward and be aggressive here. And maybe Millbury just doesn't have the guns to score the goals here. Maybe it's not something they're capable of doing, but they're going to try. Erin steps in, steals the kickoff. Millbury looking a little deflated here, Pat. They're really walking around the field. It's hard to lose the kickoff when you're 1 foot from somebody. That's a really tough ball to lose.
Yeah.
As a coach, I'd be very upset about that.
And I think the other thing, too, is I don't think that they've been down a lot, right? This is kind of new to them, and that was fairly easy for Littleton.
Yeah, that would mean that, yeah, she kind of got in behind the stopper and in front of the sweeper, and there was really no one there to challenge her, and she's shooting the ball from 16 yards away, and that's like a freebie for Erin Prue. We're talking about a kid with 15 goals and 11 assists on the season. You're going to give her the free 15, 16-yard shot. It's in every time. You just can't do that with a player like that. She was second in the mid-watch in scoring between goals and assists, according to the Worcester Telegram and Gazette. That is not the player you leave open at the top of the box. All right, Ellie Mantz are going to come out here out of the box and play it. Plays it up the middle. It's a good play that got to Erin Prue there. Kind of dangerous, but it's all right. We'll take that. All right, she plays it to Kaylin. Again, nobody on Kaylin or Nora here. There's two midfielders who are just uncovered, dominating this game in the middle. Great ball up the sideline to Giselle. It was a heavy run up the sideline here. It looks like we got Amelia Taylor warming up behind that on the sideline. Looks like we might be going to a 4 defensive shape. Oh, she gets around her. Ball to Erin in the middle. Oh, and Erin just hits it. Almost with a chance of back-to-back goals within a couple minutes here. It looks like we're getting another defender warmed up. We might be going to a 4-man defense here and taking a little bit off the attack. This team plays a lot of 4 defensive players in a lot of, in their spring league and growing up. So this is the first year they've gone to the 3-5-2, so this is an easy adaptation for Littleton. The only thing I would say about that is, at this point, we've dominated them so far. It would be tough to switch for me, as 5 midfielders look like they're strangling the life out of this game. Allie Ryan on an outside run here, and there's just no space for them. They're not getting any touches through the middle. They're not doing anything in the middle. And if you can't control the middle of the field, you're just going to have to win long balls, and it just doesn't look... and Nora just runs through another girl. That's what Nora brings to the team. Nora's tough. That's a 50-50 ball, Pat. And some people look at that and say, oh, wow, she knocked that player down. That's a tough tackle. But really, she's at, 3 inches away from getting the ball. Right. And if she gets the ball, she wins the ball and tackles the player and ends up on a breakaway going the other way. So that's textbook here. And sometimes you give away fouls, and that's good.
Yeah, and that's what we talked about earlier, right? See what the refs will give you, right? If they're going to call it, great. If they're not, then, push it a little bit more.
So I don't know if you noticed there, Pat, there were 2 girls on that ball to take that free kick.
Yeah.
So that's what I was telling you when I was watching the Millbury game, is that there was a play set up there for each player depending on who kicked that ball. So that's a very dynamic thing to have as a group when you can have multiple plays. All right, Amelia Taylor's coming in here. Amelia Taylor for Allie Ryan, who did not get a sub in the first half. So looks like we're going to get Amelia Taylor in for Allie Ryan here, and we're going to stay on the 3 back, which is probably the best decision here, Pat. I mean, I don't see why we would even go away from the 3 in the back at this point because, like we did against Mountain, we went to the 4 on the back, and we immediately got better. Right. As soon as we went to 4 on the back, we dominated that game. We went from playing basically 50-50 soccer with them in a tie game or down even to just really crushing them once we went to 4 in the back. Our defense really got locked up. But right now, because of what they're playing, our 5 midfielders are just dominating this game, Pat. So
yeah, and I've been watching Bill. So you've been talking about Mira out here, and I've noticed that, as you're saying, she's walking, unguarded in the middle of the field. But when she does have the ball, she's quick to get rid of it, and the defender that's coming up isn't paying attention to her, and she's just sliding in behind her as well. So she's really sliding open all the time here. I really agree with you. You're just they're owning the middle of this field.
yeah, I mean, so the reason why it looks like her, Nora, and Amy are walking at points is because when you're wide open, there's no point in leaving that space. You're occupying that space. We want the ball in that space because the other team's not there. So, and then when she's getting it, she's doing a great job of driving into more open space or feeding players into open space. And like you said, the player that's coming up to attack her, she's cutting that player out immediately with either a dribble or a pass. Or Millbury turns the corner here. Emily Mazzoni again steps up, having a fantastic game. Another senior captain steps up. Erin Prue on the ball, wins the ball. There's no numbers here. She should just play this ball outside. A great ball to Erin. Here, Erin plays the ball to Amy on a secondary run. Here, tackle this ball. All right, we should just keep pressuring these balls. Here we go. Pressure that. Pressure that. Here we go. Move in. It's a great job from Millbury. Good steal here. Come on, transition here. Oh, that's a tough ball right into her hand. That's going to be a handball. Now, handball is a tough call in soccer now because people, Pat, 90% of people don't understand what a handball is. It either has to go, it has to be such an advantage for you when it hits your arm in a playing position like that to call it, or it has to be intentionally handling the ball, hand to ball, not ball to hand. So you see a lot of average soccer fans yelling, "That's a handball, that's a hand." Well, actually, no, it's not. If your arms are in playing distance and they get hit and it's not a massive advantage, you're not getting called. Here we go. Erin Prue down the sideline. Again, that's going to be a tough ball. That sweeper's going to gobble that up again. She doesn't play it out, though. Erin Regan steps in, steals the ball. Erin Prue on the ball, finds her sister. Oh, it slides by her foot. Millbury could have a chance here to break. There's wide open on the backside here behind Amelia Taylor. Amelia Taylor gets back into position. I mean, it's probably good for the defense to just stay back and not even push forward at this point in the game with a 2-0 lead with 30 minutes left. Here we go. Nora's on the ball. Nora sees Erin on the through, plays it wide. Millbury would be just happy to get this ball out of bounds. Millbury defender does an excellent job watching that ball out. All right, Erin Regan's on the ball. Nice throw in here. Erin shields the balls from the next player. It's on the goalie. Easy. Ends up being too easy. Amy swings through the ball. That's a great idea for Amy to hit that ball on the top there, kind of catch people off guard. She just doesn't get enough of it for it to be a threat there, Pat. Here we go with the Millbury punt. Steps up. Millbury first to the ball. Millbury finds feet here. Plays through Kaylin. It's 2-on-4. Millbury just doesn't have the numbers. Millbury is looking defeated here, Pat. They walking around in the midfield. Looks like some of these girls look like they're out of gas already, and there's 30 minutes left, and they're going to need to really push here. And Littleton has subs that can come in and keep running here. We're about to bring in one to stay fresh here. Alex Corey looks like she's about to check in again. I think that's whoever's on the sideline. And if Littleton just keeps rolling these kids in, we have enough athletes to make this very tough if Millbury's not going to try to challenge and put some speed up top. At this point, Pat, you might have to take your best physical, fast defender and stick him up top and try to muck the game up. You got to do something.
Well, this is what we're talking about, right? So I'm sure that Millbury has a plan B for the second half.
Oh, Cadence Tracy in on the goalie again on a bad touch from the header, and the defender goes backwards. Intentionally goes backwards, maybe. But that's still a tough ball. All right, goalie steps out of the box. That's dangerously close. As we see from those yellow lines on the field, there's a lot of lines on this football field, but that yellow outer line is where the goalie can walk to the outside with the ball in her hands. And if she crosses that line, it's going to be a free kick going back in on her. Here we got another situation there where the ball goes off under arm here. It's not a handball. Cadence bends around the player, challenges the player, steps by another player, gets stepped into by the striker. Erin hits the ball, blocked by the sweeper, plays it to Kaylin. Kaylin's going to get a chance to one-time this a little bit too far outstretched. Gets, great 50-50 challenge from Millbury to really avoid threat there, Pat, because Kaylin was on that ball. If that ball had been 4 inches the other way, that could have been 3-0, and this game could have been pretty much over. Emily Mazzoni first to this ball. There's just not enough speed up top to challenge the Littleton players here. If Millbury's plan is going to be to kick and run, this game is pretty much going to be in the books here, Pat, because they're going to need some build up on these passes. They just right now, look at that, Pat. They're playing 2-on-5,
right?
2-on-6 now back. Like we almost even 7 with Kaylin in the middle, ready to back tackle. Here we go. We're 3-on-5 here. Littleton should be attacking this ball, tackling the ball. Oh, she's in behind Amelia Taylor here. The goalie steps out. It was a great save. Wow. And that's what cannot happen. That cannot happen. You know, you cannot be put in a situation like that. There's 3 offensive players and 6 defenders. You need to be behind them. You need to be first to every ball, be ball side, and somebody needs to be tackling the ball, Pat. You know, it'd be a shame to give up a goal here and have this be a game when you've just dominated since the first whistle blew here.
Yeah, this is what we talked about, right? You don't want to give up that one broken play. Not one.
Oh, that's a good touch there for Alex Corey. Alex Corey gets it back from Nora on a great run here. Nora needs to keep coming up and filling in here. Oh, Alex Corey gets run off the ball. And that's the difference between what you got there. You got a senior outside mid against a freshman outside mid. And what happens? Oh, she wins the ball. Erin wins the ball back from her. Here we go. Nora steps outside. Oh, Nora goes down now. Nora's not going to gets the call from the ref in the middle of the field. Millbury's had enough of Nora's antics of putting people on the ground, steps up from the ball. She's going to ask for distance. So what happens in soccer is that, so when you get the free kick, you get 10 yards. 10 yards of free space. Now that girl ran up to the ball to stop Nora from kicking it fast and being hard on her team. It was a great play for Millbury. The ball's in the box, bounces over one Littleton player and lands in front of another for a non-threat play out for a goal kick. And so, Pat, that's part of the gamesmanship. That the Millbury player does the best thing you can do there is go stand in front of the ball, make the referee move you back.
Right.
You know, sometimes that can lead to a card if you do it too much, but really, who cares about the card if you stop a goal from going in a playoff game? You know, that's all that really matters at that point. Don't get quick kicked there. Don't make sure your team's ready. You know, make the ref make you move there. Great ball.
In a playoff game, a ref's not going to give you a card without a warning, right?
Yeah, so. Absolutely. So you push it until you get the warning, and then you reevaluate here. Cadence Tracy up the side here. Oh, she still has the ball inside. She's in the corner. I mean, she doesn't even need to cross that ball in. Right now, the clock is their enemy. She can this is early to start kind of wasting time, but at this point, if they're not going to challenge you in the corner, you just kind of sit in there. All right, looks like Giselle just got subbed out. Looks like Kira Rowe just came in. This is another sophomore sub, outside midfielder, who's a fantastic athlete. You know, has really played well for us this year, so it's really good to see her out there. I think this is our first time in the last 2 playoff games, so it'd be great to see her get some minutes here. All right, out for a Woolies goal kick here. Millbury must be disappointed. I mean, they basically must have felt like they won the Division 4 championship, beating that Pope Francis team. That team was fantastic. That was such an incredible win by Millbury. You know, you watch that and you see how much talent's on that Pope Francis team, and because they play in a bad division, they had a low ranking, and you know, you really see how talented they are. Millbury really handled them. It's really, like I said, it must be kind of a letdown to be at this point in this game right here, Pat, after feeling like you beat such a formidable opponent. And down the line here, Alex Corey, on a great through ball, mistouches the ball ends up out of bounds. A little heavy with her left foot there, trying to keep it away from the defender.
Yeah, there's a lot of time left in this game, right, Bill? There's 24 minutes left, but I agree with you. Like, I would think that, after the game that you talked about and watching and beating who they did, I would expect a little more cohesiveness, and I would definitely expect a little more energy. You pointed out earlier, they seem just a little bit flat, the Millbury team.
Like I said, Pat, it's really, not that it's unfair. Both teams have to be here. But it's hard to play on a ball goes over Emily Mazzoni's head and is pressured. It's hard to play on a Sunday. 5 o'clock on a Sunday. I mean, how many 5 o'clock Sunday games have they had this year? The answer is probably 0. And so it's like you're asking these. Oh, Nora takes the ball at the middle, steals the ball, goes right by the stopper. Touch from Erin, right back to Nora. Nora finishes outside. Oh, great save by the keeper. Oh, a great give and go from Erin Prue to Nora Cabali up the middle. Nora finishes, puts the ball low and wide like she should, and the Millbury goalie keeps them in the game. This game over if she scores there.
That is one of the better saves I've seen in a long time.
Kaylin hits it across the field. Here we're on the ball here again. Alex pressures. It's going to be out for Littleton throw here. That was a great 1-2. Those are what soccer is made about. When you give those plays, you make those runs, give it off, they give it back, one touch. Those are fantastic. All right, here we go. We got some subs. We got these striker subs coming a little bit earlier. I think the lead is kind of going to play into this. So we got Cadence Tracy and Erin Prue coming out of the game for Bailey Kerrigan and Emma Dressel. I think you get these subs in a little bit earlier here with the lead to try to keep the pressure on, keep the fresh legs going. Really kind of press them into a bad game with some fresh legs as they look tired.
Yeah, I would look for them to come back at about the 11-minute mark at this point, but give this team a good run here. Provided that Millbury doesn't come and score, and then come back with fresh legs for that last 11 and really try to put this thing away.
Yeah, I mean, Littleton just needs to keep doing what they're doing.
Yep.
I mean, they're not going to get beat on the long ball. There's not enough speed up top from Millbury. It's apparent. I think everyone in the building can see that. They just need to not have the mistake in the back or the breakaway. Let the girl get behind them for the breakaway. They just need to keep people in front of them. They're not going to get outrun, and just make this into a possession game. And, you know, we talk about it all the time. Own the ball. Like, it doesn't even matter if we score here. We just need to find feet and own the ball. Kaylin O'Mara turns around the tough tackle. The Millbury player in on her back, thought she had her. Great pass to Nora. Nora takes a drive dribble. Now she's just going wide. No options for Nora. Now Littleton looks a little stagnant. Now that's a tough turnover against a girl full speed. Nev Martin just kind of just runs in and takes care of it. And as you can see,
let me clean this up.
and as you can see, Nev Martin's just kind of coasting, and players are having a hard time catching her. Here we go, another bad turnover. Nev Martin back. Amy Prue's back there to clean, kind of help the defense. She kind of stepped in from her center mid. Nev gets toasted to the middle. It's all right. Nev a little bit out of position, but see, Nev understands right there that there's 7 defenders back,
Right.
3 offensive players forward. Amy has her back, so even though she gets beat there to the middle, just by pressuring that girl, she pressures her into a bad play. And she doesn't have to be the person who wins the ball or be a hero there. Just by speeding her up, Pat, she wins the day there. All right, here we go. Nev Martin to the ball, wins the ball on a tough goal kick. Those goal kicks need to go a little bit further. Emma Dressel first to the ball, mishits it. Great outside play to Alex Corey here on the run. Millbury does a great job of shielding the ball. Again, you know, the Millbury outside midfielder here is doing a great job on Alex Corey. She's doing a great job shielding her off here. Alex needs to be a little bit more aggressive. I can't see the number on the Millbury player. I'll get you a name, but she's doing a fantastic job over here. Here we go. First 2, Kaylin O'Mara. The outside midfielder is number 6. Who do we got at number 6 on that roster here, Pat? Great give and go. No, Kaylin O'Mara plays it outside. Alex plays it through the middle. It's a little heavy. Pressured. Kira puts it on the goalie. Easy save.
Yeah, number 6 is Callie Brilliard, and she's one of their captains, so no surprise there.
Yeah, no surprise there. You get freshman on senior captain. Is that what that is? A senior captain there, Pat? And,
Correct.
You know, and you can just see she knows all the little tricks. The things that Alex Corey will know. Alex is a fantastic player. She has a lot of great years here ahead of her. But, you know, she's got all the little tricks that Alex has not seen yet. So, and it's 18 versus 14 there. You know, you get to see that's what it is, you know. You don't realize that sometimes, but it's, you know, you got 18-year-olds playing against 14-year-olds out here.
Well,
Nora drive through the middle. Oh, bad foul from behind. Pushed straight in the back. Ref plays it on. Oh, bad touch from Amelia Taylor, who corrects it. Great job with her speed. Amelia Taylor's a fantastic athlete. Takes a bad touch. First 2, though, corrects it. Emily Mazzoni should play to find feet here. Kicks it up the field. Finds Amy. Amy takes a wide touch on a bouncing ball. Just can't get it to Emma Dressel up the sideline. Not a great angle here. All right, so the ball's still in here. Nev has options. Nev does the best thing possible. Play that ball out of bounds, not near any Millbury players. There's subs on the line. Let the subs come in and just you know, let the game bleed out, Pat. You're up 2-0. There's 19 minutes left. This is when Littleton needs to start going into a preventative game and start playing those balls in the parking lot and really just taking care of the clock.
Right.
All right, Aaron Regan's back in for Alex at outside mid here on the close side of the broadcast on the bottom of your screen. And the ball rolls out of the top of your screen for another harmless goal kick for Littleton. And, you know, besides the off-frame goal shot on goal from about 25 out, Pat, has Millbury had any shots on net?
Only it wasn't on net, but there was that other broken play where they kind of slid through, but that's it. You're right.
102 viewers. 293 viewers.
And it's really great that we got 102 live viewers right now. Like we said, if you are a Littleton fan and you know friends and family who know players on this team, get them on the live stream. This is going to be a very big win for the Littleton program. Littleton program hasn't advanced to the Final Four in a long time. I've been part of this program for a long time, and I can't remember. I know that we probably have at one point or another, but this will be the farthest we've advanced in many years. So this is a pretty epic moment for these families, these kids, our school. So if you know somebody, shoot them the link, get them on here so they can watch this live, and so they, you know, where were you when Littleton went to the Final Four the year they won the state championship, right? All right, great job playing the ball in here. Bailey's on the ball again. You're using her athleticism, finds feet in the middle. Kaylin O'Mara uncovered again. I mean, how many times have we just said that? A center midfielder just uncovered, sitting there waiting to receive the ball. You know, Millbury wins the ball back. Now Millbury's playing the feet. You know, plays that ball long to feet. Here we go. That's a great ball from Millbury. It's a great step in from Kira Rowe. Kira Rowe's also a defender, so she loves to play physical there and shield the ball. That's a great play from her. All right, that's a good win from Amy. Great ball. Great ball to Kaylin, to Nora. Nora gets back tackled here on a bad touch from the striker. Going forward, Millbury here. Erin does a great job getting back and tackling. Erin Regan there with a fantastic play getting back for her midfield spot. All right, here we go. That ball's going to run wide here. Amelia Taylor's first to it outside. It looks like we subbed. You know, looks like we subbed here. We're going to play. Who's coming in on the sub line? Is that Alex Corey coming back, or is that Giselle over there? But looks like Littleton's going to get another sub. We're going to just keep rolling these fresh legs. Don't forget that, Pat, every time we sub, it takes 15, 20 seconds off the clock.
Right.
I mean, it's kind of the tactics, but sometimes you just have a sub up on the line all the time. Here we go, a wide ball here. You know, we're going to get a hard run after the ball. It's going to be a goal kick. But even just that Millbury defender having to run that ball down because we're being aggressive and chasing that is just something else that they're going to have to worry about. It's something else that player just had to go do. And now she's going to get that energy to move back up and try to play some offense and try not to, you know, for a lot of these girls, try not to have their season slip away here. We're going to get a timeout, Millbury. It's a great timeout from their coach. We got 16 minutes left. We had 16 minutes left. Littleton got control of this game, Pat. And surprisingly so, I figured it would be a close game. I thought Millbury would play some offense. I'm shocked that we have not seen any offense from Millbury. And I don't even think it's Millbury's fault. I think it's more of a compliment to Littleton's defense, and Littleton's midfield has just finally shown what they've done all year, which they've failed to show in the playoffs so far, is that they're just such a dominant unit, littered with seniors and captains, that they're just not ready to go home, Pat. They want to go play Northbridge at a neutral site, and Millbury just, you know, I think Monument Mountain being up 2-1 with 11 minutes left was kind of like the kick in the pants that we needed, and it was like, ever since that minute, we've been by far the best team on both that last 11 minutes of that game, this whole entire game. And, you know, and it's really changed. Our midfielders and defense have really been the difference. They've really just come to play.
I agree. And I think, you know, the difference is absolutely, I'll just second that. Defense has been phenomenal tonight. And where we saw last time where it looked like if there was a break in the line, there wasn't anybody to back up, there is, you know, even if they get through here, there's somebody sweeping in behind. And it just doesn't look like there's anything there other than, you know, either a broken play, which we're avoiding, or shots from the 25-yard line, which, you know, we can definitely handle.
Which aren't going to go in.
No.
Yeah, which aren't going to go in.
You know, you make it a good point, too, about the seniors that we have out here. And you were talking earlier about 18 versus 14, which, you know, everybody thinks, oh, that's 4 years of difference. But if you're an older 18-year-old and a younger 14-year-old, now we're talking like 5 years, right?
Yeah.
So that's a big advantage as
yeah,
well.
I mean, and some of the seniors could be 19. I just didn't throw that out there because it's not a lot of them, but they could be 19, Pat.
Yep. It
is what it is. You go to transitional, you move schools, sometimes that stuff happens. Emily Mazzoni first to the ball here on the goal kick. Millbury looks like it's coming out here. They're going to look like they're going to push forward. They're still playing the sweeper. Doesn't look like Millbury has much to offer, enough change of formation here to try to prevent this from happening.
Right.
They kind of look like they're just going to keep playing their game and hope that they get lucky here. That's a great play back to Bailey Kerrigan. Bailey Kerrigan's going to play the ball back to Amy here. Amy settles the ball. Great touch. Takes it by a defender out of control. Really just takes the ball into a dangerous space here. Millbury's just way out of line here, letting her just get in there.
Right.
And that's going to should be a corner kick, I think, unless the referee just gives the goal kick away. Yeah, I mean, I thought Millbury touched that ball, but, you know, if you're Amy, you got to probably force that. And if you foul there, who cares? It's the same play. It's still a goal kick, basically. But you kind of, if you know you're the last one who touched that in a 2-0 game, put the game away and really go for it there, Pat. Here we go, first two. Nora's first two, doesn't win the ball, plays physical, holds the girl back. Girl pushes Nora, it doesn't even affect her. Here we go, ball's up to Bailey Kerrigan. The wind. As we can see, the wind is crazy. We lost the camera for a second here. The doors are blowing up in the booth. You know, it is crazy. The weather is. Here we go. Bailey Kerrigan on the ball here. Littleton challenges in the middle here, Pat.
Just to give people a little idea of what's going on here, right? I know we can't get over to the flag, but a wind gust just came through, and we lost the camera on the the roof of the building, and Bill and I are in this room, and the wind came all the way through the press box and blew our doors open.
Hey, but it's a great night for soccer.
If you're inside.
Yeah, hey, it's warm in the booth. But all right, here we go. Millbury on the break here. Again, we're 5-on-3 here. Littleton should just tackle the ball, does a great job. Amy Prue back tackles the ball, and we just take care of that easily here. Littleton has gone to their 4 defense here. We're playing flat across the back. Amelia, Nev, Emily, Allie. And this is what they play in the spring. This is what they've played every year leading up to this. So they are so comfortable in this. This is going to even take more chances away from them at this point. There'll be nothing for the breakaways. We're going to play what looks like 4 in the middle here. It looks like we're playing Alex on the other side. Amy, Kaylin, and Nora with Emma and Bailey still up top. So
yeah, and I'm pretty convinced here, Bill. I might be wrong, but right when we get down to like the 11-10 minute mark, I would imagine that the people that we subbed out at the 20-minute mark, they're all going to come back in with fresh legs, and that's going to be really tough for Millbury.
Yeah, I think there's probably 2 options actually, Pat. I mean, either you come back with them, or if this group's holding, you might let this group try to hold on and win the game and try to get some minutes off those girls' legs. Here we go. And this is a better chance than they've had in a while. This is 4-on-5 with a nice tackle from Nora to kind of thwart it in the middle here. Nev plays it up to Kaylin, who plays it back to Nora. Great through ball. She plays it over the top to Bailey. Bailey with a 1-touch around the girl. Oh, I didn't see what the call was. Didn't see. And so I did get a clarification. There was a yellow card on the Millbury goalie right before the half. That's why she had to sub out. It was not an equipment thing. At halftime, I went down and asked. I don't know why she got the yellow card. I assume it's something that she had just said to the ref, but they were lucky that didn't hurt them more than it did. But she was obviously aggravated about something, and the ref had heard enough. So unlucky ball from Emma Dressel. She kind of gets half a foot on it. That ball gets played over the top. There's not going to be any problem with that ball. There's no chance that those players have the speed up top here. Amelia Taylor outside. She needs to play the ball to feet here. She does a great job. Plays it to Emma Dressel's feet. Takes a tough touch. Then gathers the ball. Kaylin O'Mara plays it outside to Amelia Taylor. Who's up from a defensive position. Plays a great ball up the wing. Alex Corey here with a great chance to cross it in. Takes it inside. Plays the ball flat across. Hits the ball on a left-footed try. That's a fantastic ball and a great chance of the finish there from Bailey Kerrigan up top. That's the right foot, left foot, put the foot on it. Pat, she just gets a little unlucky, mishits it there, else that's another goal here. Great back tackle by Emma Dressel. Wins the ball, plays the ball to Kaylin, who's in trouble. Nora wide open in the middle. It's just crazy how many wide open midfielders there are. Nobody's on Amy here, wide open. Kaylin cutting through the middle, guarded. Lets the ball go through her. Just a little bit heavy. She misjudged how heavy that ball was. Amelia Taylor, first 2. Playing 4 back. This outside defender has liberty to come up here and play this ball. She should just rip that ball in that touch before Pat. Amy with a great win here. Gets the ball to Bailey. Bailey turns into 2 defenders. Amy crosses the ball to Emma 1-on-1. Oh, now 2-on-1. Emma takes a shot. It's wide of the net. Millbury keeper in perfect position just watches that ball out. Here we go, Pat. We're down to the stretch. And, you said last time that I was, jinxing it, but looks like Littleton's, going to be pushing. Oh,
I can't listen to this.
Pushing forward. We don't believe in jinx here. We just call the game the way we see it. Honesty is just all we got here. So, as we look forward, whoever wins this game will play Northbridge. Northbridge was 13-3-2 when the power rankings stopped. They were ranked number 2. Northbridge is a powerhouse. They have a fantastic team. They play up. They play teams that are above them in other divisions. They've just had a really magical year. I've heard from a few of my referee friends that they have 4 or 5 terrific players on that team. So whoever wins this game is going to have a huge test in Northbridge. But, it looks like to me, Pat, that Littleton might be up for the challenge. Littleton only wasn't above Northbridge in the rankings because they didn't play anybody all year. And because of that, we got hurt from our opponent score, which hurts us in our power rankings. But we can only play who's on the schedule. And we beat everybody on the schedule pretty much by 5 or 6 goals. And, and I'd like to say, if teams like Millbury and we play some of the other teams that are on the schedule, it would have done great for our opponent ranking. But, we probably would have done the same thing. We're really showing here that we are a dominant team. We really control the middle of the field. We've had all the chances here. She's up the sideline here, free running, Alex Corey. Millbury's back. Oh, Millbury does a great job to step forward. She's a fantastic center defender there. Steps forward, gets rid of the threat. You know, Millbury is very technically sound. They are a very good group of players. Yeah, you know, for them to not concede. We got another sub from Millbury, trying to bring in some fresh legs, trying to go for it here. It'll be interesting to see, Pat, if at any point they bring in the 8th graders. Or, you know, not to know that, you know, or if they just run it out with the seniors. Maybe try to get some 8th graders some minutes, just to get some.
Yeah, you never know when you're going to get back, and you want to get. You know, I've had coach 8th graders before.
Great ball.
You definitely want to get.
Great ball. Cadence Tracy in on the goal, finishing the ball with a fantastic pass from Emma Dressel. Oh no! Are we going no goal? We're going offsides. We're going offsides. The ref on the corner, Erin Prue, is arguing, saying I was up there when I passed her the ball. How could I possibly be offsides? It doesn't. The ref says I don't care. The offsides play, away from the play. And the way the rule works, folks, is that if you're not involved in the play or you're not affecting the goalie, you actually don't count. It's only the people that are affecting the play and affecting the goalie. They're going to talk about it just to make. Oh, and the side referee gives the correction. Erin Prue was right. The second time we've gotten a discussion with the referee and got it right. That is a goal. From Erin Prue to, I think, Emma Dressel to Cadence Tracy with a fantastic finish in the corner of the net. Cadence Tracy really just taking her time and finishing it there. I think the referee's got it right there.
Yeah. Again, just, you know, we don't care how long it takes. Just get it right.
Yeah, and Erin was offsides if she was the one playing the ball or running onto the goalie. She was not. The ball was going the other direction to the other striker who finished the play. She is not offsides, and that was a fantastic goal. And really just kind of the nail in the coffin here, going up 3-0. I would expect both teams to maybe empty their benches here and kind of let some kids who haven't been playing. Here we go. Millbury pushes up here. You know, most dangerous time is always a minute after the goal, Pat, but, you know, at this point, it's going to be a tough time.
Yeah, you know, actually, as I think back on it, Bill, it was great that, you know, we talked about it, but they brought those fresh legs back in.
Yeah.
A little bit later than we thought, and that 9-minute mark, and boom.
Yeah, they just went right after him.
Yep.
Right after him with bad touch. Ended on a break. Erin gets the ball in a tough position for Millbury, plays it back. Emma Dressel, super unselfish, touches it right to Cadence, who finishes the ball. Fantastic play by those players up top. Really unselfish play. And that's the difference. You know, it's very unselfish, very short passes. Littleton's just been dominating everywhere on the midfield and in the final third of the field. It's really been a great game to watch here.
Right.
You know, really putting their stamp on the game. 3-0 here. You know, taking it to them. And like we said, I'm pretty sure Millbury has 0 shots on goal at this point. So it's kind of been from whistle to whistle here at this point. Oh, it's off Millbury. It's going to be another corner, I think. Yeah, here we go. We're out for another corner, Pat. And Littleton gets a chance to put some more on here. And right now it's just window dressing because at 3-0 with 7 minutes and 40 seconds left, there's almost not even enough time to kick it off, win the ball, score, and walk it back up. We're looking forward to Northbridge at this point. And this, like we said before, this is our last LCTV broadcast from home, as Northbridge will be a neutral site game. I don't know where the site will be. We don't have a time or a date on that. But when we do, we will update all the internet listings and for all you fans. Hope to see everyone there.
Yeah, we should give a shout out too to Mark Corey. Maybe you can pipe in our ear who's up manning the camera up on the roof. That almost got Judy Reed. So Judy Reed is up manning the camera. We didn't get a chance to give her a shout out, but I'm glad she's still with us.
And Mark Corey on the booth doing the boards for us, making sure you guys get all the perfect views and can hear us great. You know, it's another great, you know, our second Littleton soccer broadcast, I'm pretty sure ever, right, Mark? Yeah. And so this is, for our second broadcast ever, we're doing a great job with viewers. You know, the production team's doing a great job, and this is really a good product. We're happy that people are watching and that people like to see this. And as we get a little flopping from Erin Prue up top with a couple little bumps, I don't think we're going to get any calls there, Pat. I think it's the ref's going to just tell them to move on here.
Yes.
You know, I'm not sure that girl put too much weight on Erin there. And I think, you know, Erin really kind of went for it there at the end of the game.
Hey, we just reversed the call for you, right?
Yeah, exactly. And it's crazy that we had 2 reversals in this game. That is, you don't often get that where the center ref overrules the side ref on the first one when Kaylin appeals saying, hey, you know, I would have shot that in the net if she didn't deflect it, and he changes the call. And then the side ref coming in and confirming that Erin is right. And Erin Prue, who is a referee, who works in our town as a referee, knew the rule. knew that she had played the ball back, and she was, yes, offsides, but was not part of the play, and which should not have been called offsides. And even though the referee on the side called her offsides originally, he actually corrected the call to the center ref, which you don't see a lot in soccer. Sometimes you see refs too prideful to do that. It's a really great job by this officiating crew, who's really done a splendid job. I don't know who these 3 refs are. I didn't get to see them before the game, but they've done a fantastic job this game, really letting the girls play, really making great calls and making the right calls all over the field.
You know, Bill, on that last call, too, it would have been very easy to say, hey, they're up 2-0, just let it go, let's keep rolling. But that's not what it's about, right? They don't pay attention to the score. It is what it is. You call it like the way you see it, and I think they're doing a great job, both games.
All right, we got a sub for Littleton here. Let's see, what do we get here? We got, looks like we got Alex Corey out of the game, and who came in here? I can't tell who came in here. Is that Kelly Remestella on the close side? Yep, that's Kelly Remestella, another junior, getting some minutes on the close side. It's good to see her making her appearance in the game. Kelly's a very skilled player, also a very skilled horseback riding player. She plays on the high school spring team. She plays a lot of valuable minutes for us. Fantastic person, and really good with the passing skills. Another good athlete out there. You know, oh, great tackle from Emily Mazzoni. Millbury takes a bad touch. She just gets tackled on the ball. Nev on a long run here to Cadence up the sideline. They're going to press Millbury for another one here. Oh, she just misses Nev on the run. Nev wins the ball back again. Oh, Erin doesn't give her the right amount of space there, kind of crowds her. Erin should have probably either backed off or gone wide there. It was really tough for her. Here we go. Kaylin's back. We're all back here just making sure nothing bad's going to happen. Here we go. We're getting a couple more subs. Here come Erin and Cadence off again for Bailey and Emma. We're going to get the seniors out, make sure they get no injuries. Nothing's going to happen. You know, we're on to Northbridge. So it's...
All right, Belichick.
You know, it is. You know, it's what's in front of you, and I'm so proud of these girls. They all have worked so hard for this. Oh, Millbury's in on a break here. Millbury with a tough save. Great save by Ellie Manser. Millbury was not going to go away without at least one shot on goal today. That was a fantastic play through there. Great save by the goalie. Millbury's best chance of the day coming in the last 3.5 minutes of the game, Pat. Long ball here with the win. Could be tough. Ellie Manser, a softball outfielder, just gets under it and just catches that ball so easily.
Yeah, good for her on that previous play of not, like, falling asleep in the goal, right?
Yeah, I mean, she could have fallen asleep. So we replaced Nora in the middle with Macy Bast. It's good to see her get some minutes out here. Macy, you know, is a been a varsity player all year, has done a great job. Another fantastic passer of the football. It'll be great to see her out here getting some minutes, getting her ready for the next years to come. All right, Amelia Taylor outside, first on the ball. Millbury chases her down. All right, easy pass outside. Great ball played back to the middle. Played 1-2 up the sideline. Just a little far. Just a little far from Amelia Taylor there. All right, here we're trying to be first 2 in the middle. Great job from Amelia Taylor running that ball out, being first 2. And these girls do so much in the community, like we talked about last game, Pat. You know, these girls are doing hours. You know, we've done about 3,000 hours of community service coaching little kids. They run a clinic for 4 days, 2 weeks of the summer for 4 days each week. And they get about 100 kids at the camp from in town, from the teams that they coach, who just love to come be with them for a half day and really give them real life role models to kind of look after. And the best part about these girls is, and I know every single one of them, I've coached every single one of them for multiple years, is that they are a fantastic soccer team, but it's incredible to believe they're actually all better people than they are soccer players. And it's really something you don't often find, but it's an incredible group. You know, they're not all best friends, but they're all great people. And it's amazing to see when an incredible group of hard workers comes in and really just, you know, changes a program. And, you know, this group, it's been their goal to change their program since they were 12 years old.
Yeah, and I don't know, you know, all of the girls that are playing, but I do know some of them, and I know their families, right? So I coached a lot of their older brothers, and you know, it's really a shout out to the parents as well, right? The parents have raised these incredible kids that are out here doing this, but to your point, they do so much more than just play soccer.
When I first got these girls, Nev Martin, Amy Prue, Erin Prue, and Kaylin O'Mara at 12 years old, they told me they wanted to, and Cadence Tracy, they told me they wanted to win a state championship.
Is that right?
And I told them, it's going to be hard, but you got to do X, Y, and Z. And I'll tell you right now, you got to build the program. People got to love you. You got to have energy in the crowd. You got to do stuff for your community. You got to work harder than every other team. You got to practice hard, play hard, be together, be a team. Millbury's in on the backside here. Littleton falling asleep with some subs in. Oh, another outside non-chance. But they've really just done everything to the T. And as we can see, if you pan over to the Littleton bench a little, if we can get the camera, we can see the party starting over there. The girls are jumping around, starting to celebrate. We're inside the last 2 minutes. You can kind of see the group. Everybody's starting to feel it out here in Littleton that we're, this goal kick's going to go. But there's no way to lose this game at this point, Pat. So, we're pretty much in here. A bad touch by Bailey. Ball gets out of bounds, but it's all right. All right, here we go. Let's see if we can be first two here. First two, the ball's out of bounds. It doesn't matter. And it's just really good to see a group set their goals. These seniors really set the goal to change everything and kind of get up in here and push people really to work harder. They have captains practices. They do movie events. They go places together as a team. Everything is about being a team. Everything is about being better. And it's a fantastic group of people,
As they go forward too here, Bill, one of the better quotes I ever heard in my life was a general manager in baseball, and he's saying, my job is to get them to the Final Four, and the rest of it is kind of like just dumb luck. So they're there. So you're right, it's all on the table now. They can, they can go all the way to the championship, which would be great.
And Millbury's not a bad team.
Nope.
Millbury's a good team. This is Littleton just stepping up and playing their best game of the year against probably the best team they've played all year, and just asserting their dominance on them. And, Millbury came out here and they gave it all they had. They kind of got unlucky on some 50-50 balls early in the game, and then just Littleton just dominated the midfield. And here's the game.
Hey.
And there we go, Pat. And,
well done.
And we watch, and you watch Millbury too. Littleton celebrates at the goal. Millbury's at the half with 8 seniors, 4 of them bawling their eyes out right now. It's really a tough situation for these Millbury 8 seniors. And as much as we're celebrating this as a win, it is really tough to be here and be a senior losing on this field right now. And my heart goes out to all these Millbury kids. And it's really, it's nice that we didn't have to experience that, but it is really heartbreaking to see these kids devastated in the middle of the field, because they put in so much work this year to be here in the Elite Eight.
Absolutely.
And Littleton over there celebrating. It's great to see those Tigers show up. Biggest game of the year, Pat. Play the best game of the year. It's too bad that we won't be there to broadcast the Final Four game, but it should be an incredible match between Northbridge and Littleton. Keep watching online. We should be able to get a time, a date, and hopefully have a bunch of fans show up to the game and be an incredible environment for the Littleton team. It's going to be the best team we've played all year. Northbridge is a different kind of animal. They have speed up top. They have solid midfielders. Pat, I've heard from a couple of my referee friends that have done their games a few times that they think that they're the best team in the state. So not many of my friends have ref Cohasset. Cohasset's a good ride. So nobody's really seen Cohasset, but Cohasset's the number 1 team, and they're destroying people too. So nothing against Cohasset, but I know Northbridge is a top team in the state, and this is going to be a great game. And as the teams are at half about to shake hands, we'd like to say thank you for all our subscribers and all our people that have joined in and listened live. If you haven't subscribed, please subscribe to the channel so you can get our updates when we're going to be on here. And if you're just new to the channel, welcome. We love all the new people that are joining us tonight. Hopefully we can be doing some basketball games and more soccer games in the future. So for Bill Naylor and Pat Frederickson, have a great night. Go Littleton Tigers.
Peace.